The Central Virginia Incident Management Team is a collaborative effort between local jurisdictions in the Central Virginia region that make up a team that supports the Virginia Department of Emergency Management in deployments throughout the state to help with large-scale incidents that expand beyond the local jurisdiction's capability.
We're here to basically respond to any and all incident, special event requests that may happen. Divisions of fire and police will train and run calls for about 99% of the issues. And the IMTs are there for that 1% that they just truly can't respond to.
We begin tonight with Hurricane Helene, just upgraded to what they're calling now an extremely dangerous Category 4 hurricane.
We've got representatives from police and fire, emergency management and workplace safety, and multiple smaller agencies contribute as well.
20 to 30 inches of rainfall in these higher elevations, that's just really hard to put your mind around because all of that water had to run downhill.
We're obviously in this profession to serve, but it becomes full circle when you get to kind of do something else besides your daily job.
The storm may have passed, but the flood threat remains for some areas hit by Hurricane Helene.
I was deployed with what we call a short team to go down, see the actual needs, report back. On the Friday that Tropical Storm Helene hit, and we were just trying to get basic situational awareness on the way down. We were getting nothing. We had no idea what was happening, but we went down to support Grayson County and their EOC just to help with everyday needs, checking on neighbors, because they had zero communication lines, no telephone, 911 systems were down. They truly had no idea of the impacts in their community. Their county was completely 100% without power, and we were brought in just to try to help them start to prioritize because their span of control was just, they had none. They had nowhere to start.
We didn't even have a reporting location at that point. The information that was coming into us was very fluid, but we just drove west and waited for more information. We did end up in Abingdon. There was a regional coordination center in Abingdon where numerous other state agencies, local folks were staging.
We would every day wake up and have to find a route to get to where we were going because roads were washed out, trees were down, power lines were down, homes were washed away. Like the power of water was unreal in this community.
When we got to Damascus, we really quickly realized that this was an area that needed more assistance as opposed to just the damage assessments. That was, the textbook definition of why someone would need an incident management team. It's at the confluence of two large creeks, and those had essentially just backed up against each other, and the floodwaters had pretty much covered the entire town. So we did see multiple examples of roadways that were completely washed out, multiple examples of homes that were knocked off of foundations, some homes that were actually split in half, but really just a kind of a big picture of severe flood damage. There was massive destruction. It was just devastating. And for us, obviously, life safety's first, so making sure that the town had the ability to get food to residents, making sure that the town had a plan for getting their electricity and internet turned back on. You're here to give them water, give them shelter, just the basic needs of infrastructure. And for us to be able to come in a community and make that impact to turn those services back on, or call in a cellular network to bring, a baby cell tower, it means so much to that community.
We returned from Damascus, and then within a week, I was on the way down to Asheville, North Carolina. I got to work with the incident management team from the FDNY to help mitigate the problems that they face down in North Carolina in the Asheville-Buncombe County area.
This disaster in Western North Carolina is catastrophic and unprecedented.
We were tasked with community care centers, the fire department support. We were tasked with points of distribution of donations, food, water, rations, any type of community care that was provided by the county, the state, and FEMA, we had a hand in monitoring those resources and the distribution of the resources. The local government there was in shambles, trying to wrap their head around what the problems they had. They had missing people, they had no water, no power. There was a lot of misinformation. So in both deployments, the devastation was just incredible. It's hard to put into words the destruction that was there. Just homes completely ripped off their foundations, roads rerouted, debris all through the trees, like buildings underwater. And of course it had receded by the time we got there, but the aftermath, cars just completely covered in mud, cars twisted in half, bridges knocked off their abutments, and it happened so fast that people didn't have time to react.
It's been a busy couple of months, various types of responses.
We deploy for sometimes 7, 14, 24, 36 days at a time, and the amount of respect and support that we get to do that, it takes a village.
Makes it all worth it. All the training, all the hours away, it comes full circle when you actually get to apply it to something at that scale. I have no doubt that if we ever called on those agencies down there, that they would come rushing right up here to help us.
And it serves us as the county better because we can take those experiences from those deployments and bring it back to the county, serving one mission, one Henrico.